Hey everyone, this Farm HR help video is going to talk about how to use Invoice client-based module. So let's close the user access dropdown, click on admin access, and open Invoice client-based. So again, Invoice client-based, before we get started, it's just similar to Invoices except it's just client-based as the name suggests. So now let's click on a vendor client, let's say Wipro. The start date we can say August 5th, the end date we can say August 9th, and we hit generate previews. So here, as we can see here, similar format as we saw in Invoice in our previous videos. So if you click on this eye icon, you have view employees. So currently this one doesn't have any employees, but if there were, there'd be data over here, a bunch of different employees, and the rate and the hours worked and the amount, the total hours and the total amount. Then here we have header option over here. Here we have the company name, the address, the phone number, the fax, the website, who the bill is to. So as we can see here, this is the picture of the bill. But again, since this is a test, it's just a random picture. Otherwise, you'd actually see like a bill or a receipt picture above here. Here's the invoice number. And here's the invoice date. Well, we have to enter in the date. So let's say the invoice date was August 5th and the payment should be due at August 21st. And the invoice amount, we can say $20. Net term, let's say $70 or 70. And the invoice is for Wipro, so as we can see here based on above. Service, we'll just say test because this is just a test. Hours, we'll say 8.08 hours. The amount, we can just say $100. We can also fill in these address over here. Let's just say fake address. And the footer, we'll just say test footer. And then once we're done, we can hit the button generate. Well, first we have to fill out the header, which is the important thing. We'll just say test header. And now we hit generate. My apologies. So sometimes you have, for this, we have to fill out every single thing in order for it to generate. Even missing one thing, it won't allow you to generate. So now let's hit the generate button. So if you hit it right now, here we can see invoice generated successfully, the one we created. And if we want, we can go over here. The open invoice, yep, here we can see, here's the one that we created, start date, end date, August 5th, August 9th. The vendor client was Wipro. Here you have a bunch of different action buttons. So if you want, you can hit view PDF. So this allows you to view the test and the invoice amount and the test header. Just the PDF, the page, or the page as a PDF. You can also view the employees as before. It's just another way to do it. Here you can view the invoice details. So this one you can't change anything because it's already set by default. You can email the invoice if you want. So from, let's just say Tom Cruise. And we can change this to someone else. And we can CC and BCC. And here's the subject and the message. Here are the attachments. If you want, you can add more. And we hit send. So then you should get email sent successfully. And if you go to your Outlook, click on your email option, you should be able to receive the email. So again, sometimes this takes a bit of time for the email to appear depending on your Wi-Fi. But eventually the email will appear. So let's go back. And let's hit on Invoice Inbox. So again, this one, there are no emails to view, but if there were, you'd see a bunch of different emails. Here we can edit the invoice. So let's give the total hours, we'll just say 8.0. And we can hit Save Invoice. We have the invoice payments over here. So here's the invoice amount, which is $20. The amount paid was $80. And the amount due was $100. So just the ones that we made before. It's just putting it in a separate category. And again, saying no payments made yet. But if you want, you can hit the button Make Payment. And here's the note, Invoice PDF will be updated only if the payment status is cleared. So let's say the amount, we make a payment, let's say $100. The payment type, we can say it as a check. Details, we'll just say test detail. Notes, we can say test note. And attachment, well, let's just attach a picture and hit save. Here you can see invoice updated successfully. And again, this action allows you to view your payment ID, the payment date, the amount you paid, the payment type, all the way up until here. And if you want, you can just make any corrections to it, but we're not, so let's just hit close. Here, this just allows you to view the attachment or the picture. So normally this, in our case, it should be a check, but again, since this is a test, it's only an image. And we hit close. And last, we can hit the delete button, which just deletes this payment. And note, this cannot be undone. So you have to confirm you want to delete this payment from the database. And yes, we want to delete it. You should say a success, invoice updated successfully. So now we're back to where we were before, no payments were made yet. Here's the info button. So if we click on that, that again just allows you to view the activity details, the activity time, and who was performed by. So just when was the invoice, what time the invoice was generated, who it was performed by. So in this case, it's the super admin Tom Cruise. So let's hit close window. And last, you have the delete invoice button over here. So just saying, are you sure you want to delete this invoice? And it cannot be undone. Here we have two different options. So you can either say yes, delete, but don't change the timesheet as invoiced. Or two, you can say yes, delete, and revert the timesheet as invoiced. So you can click on either of those choices. But let's just go with the first one. So again, right now it's deleted. And before we get to the closed invoice list, let's look at CSV. This just allows you to download the invoice CSV. And if we open it up, see this one, it gives you the invoice, the due date, the invoice amount, the rate. There is no data because again, we deleted all those. So it's just no longer there. Now let's go to closed invoice list. Let's suppose we want to find our invoice. So So you just enter our month, the year, and whatever our vendor client was. Make sure to remember it, and we click on view. So now, as you can see here, since it's deleted, there are no closed invoices for the month August 2019. So that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our email is in the description below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to get more information. And thank you.